The chief support for White Rivas, as they call it, is Dave Allen, recent conqueror of a totally shot Lucas Brown, against that big horrible heavyweight we just love to see get constantly knocked out in a sadistic way, David Price. Now, in terms of the physical contrast, this is borderline comedy. We have the really stumpy Allen, who's very tough and resolute, against the physically imposing and powerful Price, but who, of course, has that fragility about him. Price, for a guy of his size, should have a great left jab. As I've said before, it should be the kind of jab that, regardless of his frailties as a fighter, it should be good enough to keep a guy as technically limited as Allen out of his face for as long as need be. But as we know, that's not the case. He paws at it. It's a ridiculous jab for a man of his dimensions. He mentally panics, and his gas tank depletes quickly as a result of all this. Allen says he's going to win in 3 rounds. I think he sees himself throwing a big overhand right, which could happen. Ultimately, in a sloppy fight, I see Allen being able to take the good uppercut from Price or the cross, which are very good shots of his, being tough enough to take them and then come back and ping him right back with some good shots. Possibly a exhaustion type stoppage. That always seems to happen or be on the cards for Pricey once it gets to about the 5th round. So I see Allen hanging tough and then maybe dropping him to the floor with an overhand right. Now, if Price does indeed lose again, don't you think for 1 second he is going to retire. He's said recently he thinks he's 2 fights away from fighting Anthony Joshua. So that lets you know what his mindset's like at the moment. Totally away with the fairies, that big lad. Again, I think it's going to be really fun, this one. I don't know where Allen goes, what kind of stepping stone this is for him if he wins. But David Price, though, after he probably loses, he's not going anywhere.